Well folks, what's the crack? How are we getting on this week? It is Friday evening and we are just jumping back on to keep going in our little machinery tour that we're doing here. On purpose, I haven't actually said how often you're going to get these videos because in all honesty, I don't know. I would love to say that you'll get one every week, but I can't promise that. I have two little people to look after, as well as my husband, and to be fair, he probably needs more looking after than the wee ones. But yeah, sometimes time isn't always easy to find to do this, but I'll try my best. And so yeah, it is Friday evening, another week almost gone. The weeks are just disappearing mad at the minute. But yeah, it's been another very busy week here actually. There's been grass, slurry, fertilizer, spraying, topping, cows were scanned as well. We also had a red tractor inspection on Tuesday. So yeah, it's been just one of those weeks that has just sort of disappeared before you actually knew it was kind of over, and it's not even over yet because there's still a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. So this week has been a real mixed bag of work. So we are currently sitting in the second last week in June, and we managed to get our own first cut finished this week, which is great to get done. We also started second cut as well for two customers, so that went in yesterday, and then apart from that, it's just been, you know, the tractors and tankers have been flat out just trying to get slurry out. Yeah, so this video is going to be about the tractors. We get asked an awful lot about, you know, why Massey, how do you find this, how do you find that? So I can't promise you that I'm going to be able to tell you an awful lot about them, but I'll tell you what we have. So as I said, it's Friday evening. Most of the tractors are home. So as it stands at the minute, we are currently running a fleet of 15. So that ranges obviously from the 8740 right back down to our little scraper tractor. So in that 15, they're all Masseys. And then we all also hire in at least another two full time for the year. So every year we could almost probably do with another two or three, especially if you end up getting a run of grass season the way first cut went, you know. There just wasn't enough tractors and trailers in the country to keep harvesters going. So we always will hire a tractor in from Cowans and Donegal, who are the boys' cousins. So if you see any New Hollands in the videos, that's where they come from. So you probably won't be surprised to know that everything is red. So yeah, it's all Massey Ferguson. That's what we're running. If you've seen any New Hollands or John Deeres or Cases, they are either hired in or else, you know, they're obviously owned by other people who we have hired in to help us. So I suppose the biggest, we'll start off big, will we? So yeah, the first one that we will chat about is the big girl. So there's our 8740 S. She came at the back end of 2019. She has a Dyna VT. She's got the air compressor on her there at the minute because she was pumping slurry today. But you will have seen her in videos mowing, or else she also pulls the big plough as well. I said in the last video, like whenever we got the 630, everything seemed so big, and you know, machinery like just seemed massive. She was the same. yeah, she's still a very big tractor, but you know, whenever she first arrived, we actually had one at our wedding whenever Adam and I got married at the start of 2019. Massey Ferguson sent one over. She was an 8732, and like that's what we left the church in. Was the tractor, and you know, then we were like, gosh, this thing's massive. What? Yes, whenever she arrived, you know, all the boys were like, definitely not, she's just going to sit parked in the yard unless she's mowing or ploughing. There's no way, she's not going to be doing anything else. No, she's just not. And I think that lasted about 3 weeks, because she had a 3,000 gallon Red Rock tanker hooked onto her, probably I think about the second day into slurry season that year. So our 8S, she came, this one here came last year, so this was the first one that we got, and she is in her second season. So this is the one that Alex drives, and he absolutely loves her. To be fair, you know, whenever you meet her on the road, like, they're unbelievable looking, you know, style wise and everything, they're just class. But you know, he says, you know, for driving her, she's so comfortable. You can see absolutely everything out of the cab. You know, just everything about her. You know, he's delighted with her, to the point that he actually refuses to drive anything else. But yeah, this tractor, so she's the 8S265. So whenever this one isn't pulling a tanker, she actually mows. So she's our third mowing tractor, and she is driving the butterflies. So and she has no bother doing it, to be fair to her. She's got a pile of power, and yeah, class looking tractor. So towards the beginning of December last year, we actually put up a picture of the 8S, and she was being loaded onto the back of a lorry. We got a few comments, and there was a few remarks made, you know, just about, you know, where was she going, why was she on the back of a trailer. So yes, we did buy her. She is ours. We didn't hire her. She didn't go back anywhere. But she was actually going back to the main dealer in Northern Ireland here, which is John Dairies, and she was just going to get really a good once over, a good service. So she left the yard, and there was nearly 3,000 hours on her. So that was between the 31st of January whenever she arrived, and that was, I think, the first week in December whenever she left. So the mechanics down in John Dairies wanted to get her into the workshop and kind of just get a good look around her, because that's the first 8S that they had actually had in with any sort of hours on her. So you know, it was good for them to sort of see, you know, just if there was any wear and tear, any issues, any problems, which there really wasn't, you know. But yeah, you know what, she came back. She was back for the start of slurry, and you know, she hasn't skipped a beat. You know, she's a brilliant tractor, great looking tractor, and we liked her that much that we actually ended up buying the second 8S. So this is the second 8S that we bought. So she was just bought there this year, so she's in her first season. So she's in 710s in the back and 600s there in the front. So she really does me business. She is one tidy tractor whenever you meet her on the road. So Darren drives her, and she at the minute is hooked on to the big tanker. So yeah, as I said, there's been loads of slurries going out this week, so she's been on her the most of the week actually. But yeah, Darren also drives the rake as well, so he has been pulling the 4-rotor rake along with her. So yeah, definitely a really tidy outfit whenever you meet her on the road now. She's a really nice tractor. So we get asked this actually quite a lot, were we always Massey? And the answer to that is yes. So the boys' dad, Derek, he obviously was farming before they came on the scene, and it was always masses that they had ran. So I suppose, you know, just they kind of just followed on sit. But not only just that, you know, we have fantastic dealer support. Our local dealer is D&M Farm Services, and they're based outside Eglinton, which is, you know, about 20 minutes from us. So you know, we are fantastically well looked after by them, you know, and they do a great job. And then obviously then the main dealer is Nickel Dairies, which is based just over an hour away. So yeah, between the two of them, you know, we're fantastically well looked after. But not only that, we actually work very, very closely with Massey themselves, and you know, so if any new tractors do come about, you know, we do have that support. So, you know, so if there is anything in the computers or anything that we are, you know, we're not sure about, or that we do need a wee bit of extra, you know, help or anything set up, again, you know, there's always somebody there, you know. And so if you actually watch, if you've been watching any of the Grassmen videos where you know, the boys have done, you know, or the interviews, I mean, Johnny said not that while long ago, there is no such thing as a bad machine, and you know, it's true. Your backup means everything. If you're sitting with a tractor that's breaking down every other week, it's no good. And you know, it can be the cheapest and it can be the best deal in the world, but if you don't have the backup, you don't have anything. Even whenever something does go wrong, you know, at the end of the day, we're not going to stand here and say, we're keeping it real, and that's what we're doing this for. We're keeping it real. You know, things do break down, things do go wrong, but as long as you've got the backup there and the support coming behind you, and you've got a dealer that can supply you with a tractor that, you know, can keep you going, you know, that's the most important thing. So we are currently running 4 7/720s, one of which is a Dyna VT. So if you haven't caught on already, we quite like the variable transmission gearbox. We do an awful lot of field work, an awful lot of tillage work, so the gearbox itself is, you know, it really is a good job for doing all that type of stuff, and the drivers like them as well. But not only that, you know, they seem to be really, really reliable. Touch wood, so far we haven't had any bother with a variable transmission yet. So there's the baby of the gang, our wee pocket rocket, as you will have seen her being referred as. She's a great wee toy. She's a really handy tractor for, you know, just for doing everything. So we are also running 3 7/7/19S's. All of those are Dyna VTs. So they are the smaller chassis tractor. The 7/7/20s are the bigger frame. But 7/7/19s are a great size of a tractor, really versatile, able to do any job. I mean, they've got a ball of power, so you know they can do pretty much nearly everything. So I'll turn you around here. So there's one there, hooked onto a tanker. So the most of the work those tractors are doing is mostly tanker work and trailer work. Although that being said, it's a 7/7/19S with a GPS fitted that is sowing the fertilizer. She'll also be the one that is planting the maize, and then she also goes on a pipeline as well. So then, as well as that, there is 3 7/7/18s. One of those again is a Dyna VT. So yeah, we're massive through and through. There she is there, hooked onto the diet feeder, ready to go for the morning. So there's actually 2 7S's, which were due to be here in January, but it's now June and we're still waiting. But I think they are coming in now very shortly. I think just with everything that was going on obviously in the world, there's just a delay and a hold back and everything, but yeah, she'll be in, or they'll be in soon, hopefully. So yeah, we're looking forward to getting them out going. They are coming in place of 7, 18s, and yeah, looking forward to seeing how they get on. So we get asked quite a lot as well if we run any older machinery, and the answer to that's no. Well, that's not strictly true. Here we are, Pride of the Fleet, the hardest working vehicle in the yard. So there you go, that's your answer to that one. Yeah, so the B390 is on the scraper and occasionally does TED whenever times are tight. So I was just walking past the shed door and I see that the 700 has came home. So if you watched the last video just about the harvesters, I had said that she had gone down to McGee's down in outside Dublin just to get a bit of repair work done. So she's back home again and raring to go, hopefully. So yeah, there's quite a bit of horsepower in this shed. So there's the big X700, there's the one of the combines down there, so that's a New Holland CSX 7080. She's a great combine, she's 4-wheel drive, we'll do her in another video. There's our Class Lexian 670. There's the big X1180. And then the big X630. So I don't know how many horses are there altogether. Probably quite a few. So yeah, that's kind of it. I would love to sit and tell you the specifications and all the rest of it, but I'm not that well versed. I think I know enough to do me. So that is us. There's the tractors, and we will see you back again for something different.